What up YouTube? My name is Marvin and today we're going to be checking out the Friedman BE-OD. Now I've had this pedal for a little while. I don't remember exactly when I bought it. I got it from Guitar Center for about 200 bucks. It amazed me. I remember I asked the guy to show me the best overdrive pedal that sounds like a distortion but can go to overdrive and really sounds like a tube amp. The first thing he grabbed was this. I played it, I loved it, and then he showed me the price and I was like, oh, it's kind of expensive. Bought it anyway. It is that good. You can clearly see it's a very simple pedal. Bass, treble, volume, gain, a tight knob, which changes the tightness of the low end, and a presence, which controls the high end. Kind of acts like the presence on a regular amp. This pedal is designed to sound like the Friedman BE-100, which I've never owned, but I've actually played in person before. Ooh, it's such a good amp. And this actually it sounds pretty close. Not exactly, the feel is a little different, the sound is a little different, but it's pretty close. Much closer than you'd think. I'm gonna do a quick demo through my Joyo Bantamp XL. This is a $200 amp, $200 pedal. Let's see if you can get thousands of dollars in tone. So here's my clean tone. That sounds good. Oh man. Oh wow, the bass is pretty kind of low. I didn't even notice that. Let's see how the bass knob affects the tone. I got a little bit too much gain. I don't have a noise gate on if you haven't noticed, so if it's a little noisy, deal with it. Treble knob. Wow, that made a big difference. So with the treble all the way up, that's way too much for me, my personal taste. But then again, I'm sure that it'll work really well with the presence. You can bring it up and probably dial back the presence or vice versa. So let's see how the presence can affect the overall tone, and then we'll try that out. See, the presence all the way up sounds better. than the treble going all the way up. But let's see what it can do now. Okay, so clearly the treble is doing most of the work when it comes to the highs. The presence seems to be like something that kind of rounds off everything but doesn't make that big of a difference. But the treble is making a huge difference. I don't think we really need to go through the volume knob, but so the volume knob works. Let's check out the gain knob. The gain knob. I should mention before I start messing with this a lot, there is a trim pot in the back of the pedal that allows you to adjust the gain. So if you want to change it to be like more like a regular typical overdrive, you can actually lower it. If you want to boost the heck out of it and just make it really gainy, you can do that too. I'll do that in a little bit, but let's just see where it's set right now. This is how it is stock out of the Friedman factory. So with the gain all the way down, this is what you get. It's actually really nice. It's just soft. Try lowering my volume a little bit. So that's kind of cool. It kind of responds like a tube, you know, a tube amp. Maybe not exactly like it, but it's cool. Cleans up. It's kind of nice. And that's with the gain all the way down. So I'm just going to cycle through the gain real quick. Personally, I kind of like the gain right there. I don't like it too high. I never really boost the gain that much because it just gets too gainy. But we're going to do it today anyway. Yeah, clearly too much gain. With the pedal where it's normally set from the factory, I really like it in the middle, maybe a little bit less than in the middle. It sounds pretty balanced there. I'm also gonna do the thing I was talking about with playing with the trim knob. I've got the trim knob all the way down. Let's see the range it has now. Here's the gain on the pedal all the way down. Wow, that is a big difference. And I'm digging in right there. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wow. Let's bring this up. Yeah, that's crazy how big of a difference that made. Now, halfway up. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's kind of insane. Now it sounds almost like a tube screamer. Not necessarily like a tube screamer, you know, it's voiced in its own way, but the gain character, it's not as hot. That's actually really cool. I'm impressed. Even though I've had this pedal for so long, I've actually never bothered to mess with the trim pot. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry, I don't know what happened in my video. My phone crapped out on me. But either way, we're at 75%. Let's see how it sounds. See, now the gain is starting to get up there, but it's still not even there yet. And now the gain 100%. That's crazy. It's still low gain. The gain is maxed out and it's still like a low mid gain pedal. That's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna put the trim pot all the way up. Let's see what happens. Oh, you hear that? Woo! That's gonna be a lot of gain. The trim pot is all the way up, but the gain pot on the front of the pedal is all the way down. Yep, that's pretty hot. To my ears, putting it all the way up, it sets the gain pot basically like where I had it in the middle from the factory. I feel like where the gain was in the middle where I like it. How do I explain this? So imagine you put the trim pot all the way up. It feels like when you have the gain all the way down, that it's in that same position as if you had the trim pot in the middle and had your gain in the middle. I hope that made sense, but you get what I'm saying. It's like in the middle of what I expect the pedal to be, but it's all the way down. That's really a lot of gain, but go hard or go home. I have to say, I've noticed that since the gain is so high, it actually introduced a little bit of bass. Listen to this. I'm gonna show you the difference. So on a lot of amps that I've tried, that's usually what happens. When you boost the gain up a lot, it brings in some more bass and more artifacts that typically in metal you don't really want. I want to see what happens if I mess around with the EQ a little bit. So I kind of fixed it, but there's this weird high-end hiss coming out. Obviously, it doesn't sound that great when you boost the gain up that much, but you know, at least now you know. Last but not least, let's check out how tight it is. So I hope you could hear that. It's a massive difference. So if I had to say which knobs really affect the tone the most, obviously it's the gain knob and the volume, because that's changing the overall volume. The gain, like I said, can go from slightly mild overdrive to pretty high gain, like definitely high gain enough to play metal. And the tight knob it changes the frequency, not the frequency, the low frequency, and the behavior and how it responds to your pick attack and just how it comes out of the amp. And I like it. I feel like that knob is really, really versatile. The same thing with the treble knob. I feel like to control the character of your gain, that's really what it's doing. Like if you want like a looser kind of gain or a more like in your face aggressive kind of sound, the treble knob is really what's gonna get that for you. All the other knobs, like they do change the tone, but it's not as noticeable as the three knobs I just mentioned just now. As a cohesive package, I think that it sounds wonderful. It is a really big, massive, chunky sound that you can really fine tune and change if you want it to be really chunky and old school, or just really modern and play progressive, modern metal, gent stuff, you know? Anywho, it's a really great pedal. I love it. I've had it for a while for a reason. I really like the voicing of this pedal. I really like how it sounds, especially blending with tube amps, or even hybrids or whatever. It sounds great with solid state as well, but you get what I'm saying. I just love this pedal. I'll just stop rambling. It's a great pedal. If you're thinking about it, definitely check it out. And there you have it. Quick look at the Friedman BE-OD Overdrive pedal. I think it is... I think it's great for what it is. Sorry, that background hiss, ugh, it's bad. But I think it's wonderful for what it is. Yeah, you're paying, I think it's about $200. I have to check, I haven't really looked. But a lot of regular overdrive pedals are already $200. And I do have my Electric Eye Mud Killer, which is a little less than that. That can't really replace the overdrive channel on your amp. And I personally think that you could use this pedal to maybe boost an amp if you want, which maybe I should have done in this demo, but maybe I'll do another video to show that. You could also use this pedal as a rhythm tone, and I'm pretty sure you can use it as a lead tone. I didn't do any lead demos because my lead playing kind of sucks, so sorry. I know how these pedals and amps and all this stuff sound, so trust me when I say you could probably use this as a lead pedal. It's got a lot of fine tuning, a lot of tweaking that you can do, and overall just sounds big, massive. You can make it sound tight and aggressive. You can make it sound classic. It's a lot to love in this pedal. So if you haven't checked it out already, I highly recommend that you do. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this pedal and your favorite overdrive or distortion, you know, gain kind of pedals. Let me know. Let's talk about it. That's the end of this video. So take care, stay safe, and have a great day.